Hello and welcome to the Calling the Real You podcast. I'm your host, Pamela Horton, and I call the real you out each and every week with special guests like the one that we have today. Today we are talking with Rikka Zimmerman, and we're going to be discussing your personal abundance frequency and exactly what that is. Now, those of you who are listening and who have decided to join us, thank you so much. I am actually like a schoolgirl right now, a giddy schoolgirl, because I've known about Rikka for about 5 years, and I've known of her work. I've followed her. She was actually one of the only telesummit product that I actually purchased about 5 years ago, and I was just sharing this story with her because today's the first time that I actually had a chance to speak with her verbally. But what I did share with her was the very first interview I heard Rikka on, I actually listened to every single day for about 14 months. And just her words and her approach and what she had to share at that time, again, 5 years ago, really changed my life in a way that was allowed me to view myself in a way that was full of love and in a way that was full of grace. And the language that she was using were terms and words that I had heard, but not in the way that she was sharing them with, and it gave me a different perspective on my life. And so it is such an honor and such a joy to bring you Rikka today. And before I bring her on, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is absolutely a global leader in consciousness. She is the creator of Adventure in Oneness, an acclaimed international speaker, author, singer, and songwriter. She happens to have a beautiful voice, too. Propelled by her unbounded love for humanity, Rikka travels the world and works with thousands of people, radiating a vibration of joy, peace, possibility, and oneness in all that she does. Her light is a beacon of inspiration, and I know that you all are going to feel that today. She invites each person that she connects with energetically, right? So she's connecting with you today energetically here on the planet to remember, embrace, and be the magnificent, unique expression of the divine that you were born to be. I mean, how beautiful is that? And I know you all, the audience of Calling the Real You is a great mixture of solopreneurs, life coaches, health counselors, mentors, mindset professionals, but there's a core group of you who are also very much part of the corporate world. You have very high executive positions, C-suites, CEOs, human resource managers, chief marketing officers, chief financial officers. And so I really invite all of you, especially those of you who may not be used to when we talk about vibration and frequency and emotions and things of that nature, I invite each of you to really tune in, not just with your physical ears today, but just relax, lean into the conversation, and hear with every single one of your cells that are part of your bodies. So it is, again, absolute honor and pleasure to bring Rikka in on this call with us. Rikka, are you there?
I am. Hello, Pamela. Thank you so much for having me. And it is just such an honor and privilege to get to be here. And I'm so excited that I have already gotten to contribute to your life. It's really a gift to me to give to you. Someone who is shifting the world and transforming, helping people transform themselves every day. So it's an honor to be here. And thank you everybody for joining us to expand your life, to maybe step into even more that's actually possible for you. It's going to be an amazing time together. So thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our show. Rikka, I know that I read a little bit of your bio earlier, but would you mind taking a few moments to go from point A to point B or A to Z in terms of how you came to be where you are today? Because you have a remarkable career. You have a remarkable mission.
I do. I do. It's funny. I almost feel like Pinky in the Brain. I'm like, okay, global domination of love for the entire world. Like, so
I
I don't
love it.
really have a small mission. I more so have, a mission of transforming this whole consciousness into love.
Mm.
So, so that being my mission, one of the places that beautiful beings like you, like each of you, I mean, each of you are heart-centered, whether you know it or not. Like if you're listening to this podcast, and connected to Pamela, like you are really here for love. You are here to transform this world into love,
Mm.
right? And one of the most amazing ways that we can actually transform this world into love is by people like you, spiritual, beautiful, amazing people like you, having the wealth and directing that wealth towards loving things for the planet, loving things for people. So it's really time for spiritual people like us to really step into the wealth that we can use to actually transform the world. So I'm excited about today. I'm excited about you guys stepping into that, the most greatest, most abundant life possible, so that we can do things like, if we wanted to, we could just buy Monsanto, or like, hey, by the way, no more GMOs on the planet. Thanks very much. Or, ending the whole, or like, operating from organic farming and, ending hunger on the planet. And like, we can do amazing things.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Amen, sister. So it's time for us to allow that expansive, massive wealth that each of you deserve. You deserve to be able to be the ones that go, today we're really going to end, this travesty on the planet, or we're going to help these people, or we're going to feed these people, or we're going to set them up so they can feed themselves. It's like, it's time for us to step up.
Love it. It is possible.
Yes, it's possible. And what's required for that, truthfully, is it's three pretty easy steps. It does require a lot of fine tuning of your energetic system to actually have all of this. But the first step is really shifting your vibration. Right? The second step is retraining your mind or shifting your perspective to be able to function in that higher vibration. And then just creating action steps to actually bring this into existence. Now, I mean, just to share a little bit about, like, I didn't even always come from this world where I was totally empowered and allowing, the abundance and wealth and loving myself and loving my life. And I didn't come from that place at all.
Do any of us? Really? I mean, it's the journey, right?
Oh man, there was a time where I had so many debilitating beliefs that I had literally practically lost everything. I was over $80,000 in debt, which is something, man, even years before this happened, I remember talking with a friend of mine, and she was like $50,000 in debt. I'm like, oh my God, how could you be that stupid? Mm-hmm. Yet here I was being even more stupid, right? And embarrassed by it. I wanted to hide the debt that I had created. I wanted to run away. I wanted somebody to come and save me. Mm-hmm. Anything but actually showing up. Right. So I was, at that point, I felt very unworthy and undeserving of all kinds of things: abundance, being nurtured, being cared for, being loved. So it acted out in every area of my life. Like, not only was I, $80,000 in debt, but I was really like dating people that were, having boyfriends. Not a good idea. Like, these people were not kind and caring. They were more so in it for themselves and not really showing up, and sort of like coming when they wanted to. And, I mean, just the whole thing. Right. So when we believe in these debilitating anchors, these core patterns, like we're unworthy or undeserving, it acts out in every area of our life. So for me too, I mean, I would work like 80 hours for the person I was working for at the time, another transformational leader. And I didn't feel deserving enough to charge for 80 hours. I would just charge him for 40, because, it's like I would work double time because I thought, well, I'm not good enough and I'm not doing a good enough job. So I've got to discount right? Mm-hmm. You can see how the paradigm acts out. Mm-hmm. And I just found myself digging myself in a deeper and deeper and deeper hole. And that's what happens when our vibrations are lowered into these debilitating core beliefs, these anchors that bring our vibration down. And, one of the examples is being unworthy and undeserving of actually receiving, a great life.
You mentioned the word show up, and we hear that a lot, at least in this space. And what I mean by that is the personal and spiritual development space, is show up for your life. it really doesn't seem to dawn on many people to actually take responsibility, right?
Mm.
But can you tell me what your definition is of showing up?
Well, unbeknownst to me, I was I was actually lighting a fire under my own butt. That's really what was happening, right? So I was disempowered. I was making other people greater than me, right? I believed that I wasn't enough or wasn't good enough, but other people were. So I was, putting other people's needs and wants before me as if that was, that was a really good idea. I was I was avoiding really being the massive change agent that I'm here to be in the world. Like I couldn't actually be it. It's like, by the way, I'm totally scared, right? And I'll do anything but actually show up. But there's another part of my soul that was digging me in such a huge debt. I was my I was almost being putting myself between a rock and a hard place, right? Where I had no other choice but to actually receive. Like, because I wasn't going to survive, like I was going to declare bankruptcy. You know what I mean? It was
Mm-hmm.
like, and here's what that looks like. I felt so bad about myself that I think I needed to need in order to receive.
Mm. Wow. You needed
Isn't
to
that,
need in order to receive. Yeah, it brought you to your knees, and so to speak, and where
yes.
you had no choice. You had to receive it.
Yeah. And it's almost like it gave me an excuse
Mm.
because I didn't feel good enough to show up just myself. But if I had no other choice, I had to, okay, okay, I'll take a step forward. And what happened was, I got so deep in debt and so deep in these belief systems, and I was separating so much from my real purpose and who I'm really here to be. Um, it was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. Like none of this worked. Like all the feeling bad about myself, or trying to, believe that I was not good enough and undeserving, and all the different patterns that I was running in order to fit in order to be liked, in order to kind of get maybe survive or get a little piece of energy from people, or like all that stuff that I was doing. I was like, wow, none of this is working. Like my life is literally falling apart.
Mm.
I'm dating somebody who doesn't want to be with me. It doesn't really want to show up for me, who like comes in and does whatever he wants to do whenever he wants to do it. And, like doesn't honor me. Our whole relationship is a secret because I'm not worthy or deserving of having this person in my life. I mean, look at how deep I was.
Mm.
Oh my God. It's weird to even relate to those vibrations now because
Now,
I'm like,
yeah.
wow, whose story is this?
Right.
Like, that's a tragedy.
You bring a good point because I mean, where you are right now, sometimes, and I wanted to talk about this in a few minutes about the vibration and exactly what that means, what the
Yeah.
frequency means, and we'll talk about personal abundance frequency as well in a moment here. But you have come so far and you are leading others out of that same process, if you will. And it
Yeah.
must be, may feel awkward to, right, to go back and who is that you're talking about, but it was, all of that was so necessary for you to show up.
Oh, so necessary. So necessary. I mean, seriously. So when I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm no longer doing it this way. Like, all this stuff doesn't work. I'm like showing up as me. I'm stepping up no matter what it takes. I'm going for it because I don't have anything to lose. I've
Mm.
already, you know what I mean? I've already lost it all. So let's just do
Let's
this
just do
thing,
it. Yeah.
right? And began taking every workshop and every class that I knew would help me with my financial situation. It was like, even though I didn't have the money, I did it anyway. Because, like, the excuse of not having money and listening to that excuse was leading me down the same path. Okay, I still don't have money. Okay, you know what? I'm $80,000 in debt. I'm probably never going to have the money, right?
Right.
So I'm just gonna do it
Right.
anyway because this path that I'm taking is totally not working at all, right? So I began taking like workshops and classes and working on myself and really like bringing myself all of the tools and processes to raise my vibration, to figure out how to unravel the energetic mess that I was in, that was lowering my vibration. And so, from that point of being $80,000 in debt and declaring, that I was done within a year, by the following year, I was bringing in $1.2 million a year.
Congratulations.
So that, I mean, I'm sure that I set out that journey in my soul to really be able to tell this story to you guys, so that no matter where you are, whether you're 80 or $100,000 in debt, or whether you're just 20 or 10 or not in debt, but you don't allow that much abundance, like wherever you are, I've been there. And by next year, we could be bringing in, for you, 7 figures. Like, it's absolutely possible. If I've done it, so can you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the beautiful thing too is it allowed me to develop all of the tools and processes that I can now give to everybody else to get you out of that vibration and that mindset quickly, easily, and with the least amount of learning curve.
Yeah, because sometimes this work sometimes requires work, or at least some sort of discipline or whatever. But
Oh, yes.
but you really do help make it feel effortless.
Yes, yes. Now, so I mean, okay, so this is really cool. So do we have a moment to do a little exercise with these guys?
Please.
Okay, cool. Okay. So everybody just if you can, just take a moment, grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and just come back to your computer or your phone or wherever you are. If you're driving, then don't
Do
do
this.
that. Just imagine doing it. And maybe you can do it, Pamela, just to kind of be a representative for everybody out there.
I'm on it.
And you kind of help intuit their things too. So what I want you guys to do, do you have a pen and a piece of paper, Pamela?
I do. I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, good. So go ahead and draw a box that's about half the size of your paper. Perfect. Okay, now inside the box, go ahead and write down what money means to you. Like when I bring up the energy of, tons of money, or having no money, or being in debt, like what does your money situation mean to you? What does it bring up for you?
Do you want me to say it right now, or you want me to just write it down?
Yeah, you can write it down and you can say it. I think we can be everybody's human energetic representative
Sure.
of their box.
The first three things that I've written are security, fun, and responsibility.
Yeah, good, good. Okay, so keep writing. Like when you look at your bills, because there's positive energies in there too. And is there also negative energies? We've all had experiences. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like when I was a little kid, I loved my dad so much. Like, all I wanted to do was hang out with him. And it seemed like all he wanted to do was work. And his excuse was, well, I have to make money. So money became the thing that was taking my dad away. It was like, oh, so money means that I don't get to hang out with my parents. So money means that, for a lot of people, money means it means security, having it, but also not having it means, oh my God, like I'm not safe, I'm not supported. Some of you guys may be feeling like I'm not deserving or I'm not worthy of money. You might also think, well, money means freedom. So if I had the money, I would have freedom. Or if I had money, then I'd have choice. But I don't have money, so I don't have choice. I did that for a long time as I was heading down that $80,000 debt path. I can't choose anything else. I have to pay off my debt. It's just getting bigger. I can't choose anything else. I have to pay off my debt. It's getting bigger. Okay, this is not working.
Right. The definition of insanity.
Exactly. So within this box, and just go ahead and at the top or the bottom of the box or whatever, top of the box, just write, my personal abundance frequency. So the box represents the edges of your personal abundance frequency, like your reality with money, right? And it's an energetic box. It's like, okay, this is how much I'll let myself have. These are all the feelings, all the vibrations associated with money. These are all the thoughts that represent all those vibrations. And the thing about this box is that we believe that this box is true and real. Like anything that is, We actually, like, we function from it, and we have this experience, and then we create this experience in our life, which validates that our beliefs and everything inside this box is actually true.
Yep, that's true.
I only know this because, well, you guys know this too. Like, once you've let go of one of these beliefs and moved out of the box, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I was actually crazy. Like, that was not true at all. It wasn't true that I wasn't loved. It wasn't true that I couldn't receive abundance, or that there just wasn't enough. Oh my gosh. Like, when you move out of it, you realize how silly the entire box is. So first off, so everything inside that box basically dictates your personal abundance frequency. And the box becomes, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the beliefs that are in the box then create the experience in the world and in your life of those beliefs. So if inside your box is, I don't feel worthy or deserving of receiving money, then in your life, you're creating an unworthy and undeserving experience. So if you imagine yourself standing inside your box and you kind of like look out the windows, that's kind of what it's like. You're looking through the lens of all those filters. So you can't really experience what's outside of the box because you're having a filtered experience. You're looking through the window and feeling undeserving and unworthy. And so abundance can be all around you, yet you still feel like you don't deserve to be and receive that abundance. And then you create things in your life to act it out, men or women, relationships, not showing up, or them telling you that you aren't good enough, I don't choose you. You create this whole world that validates your experience of being inside this box. Okay, that's kind of awesome, right? So what if absolutely everything inside this box is not true? Mm-hmm. With no exception.
Well, that would be amazing. And it is amazing.
Right? Like, oh, okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, truthfully, like, even money equals choice. Like, if I had money, then I would be able to choose something. Well, is that actually true? It's not actually true.
No.
When you choose something, the universe shows up to support that choice. It's actually the other way around. So even the things that you're like, I'm sure that this is real. What if right now you just went, what if nothing inside this box was real? And just began opening up your own vibration and your own perspective to, what a quandary. Wow, maybe it's not all real. Maybe not, right? Now, the other thing about this box that's really important to realize is that the box is only interested in maintaining itself. Like, the box will try to keep itself the same. It'll try to talk you in or out of anything so that you stay in the box.
It's as if it's its own entity.
Exactly.
It's really working to keep itself alive so that your soul or your purpose or you, to prevent you from showing up.
Well, yes, and it's something that it's not that it is malicious. Mm-mm. It's just life keeping its own life alive. Mm-hmm. Like, in a heavenly sense, that's totally normal. Of course, life is ever expanding life. Well, when we move into something that's not true, like everything inside this box, well, it's still functioning from it's trying to keep itself alive. Right? So it's not a malicious thing. It's just the way the universe works. Right. Like, life runs through everything, right? And if we have given energy, life, to these beliefs, that's their life form. They have life because we've given them life.
Right. Yes.
See? So the cool thing is we can actually pull our energy, our life force, out of these paradigms, out of these perspectives, and live a whole different life. So before we do that, I just want to take this just a moment deeper. So within this box, seriously, your mind and your energy is going to do everything it can to keep you in the box. And it's just trying to keep itself alive. So what it looks like, or what it feels like, is that your mind is sort of like defending the walls. And when you go to take a step out, it's going to tell you why you shouldn't. And when you go to take a step out to receive more, it's going to try to get you back in. Okay, so your mind's going to do that in thoughts. And also your emotions and feelings are going to do that too. Like for you guys, just imagine, that you are going to get on Oprah or Ellen and you're going to be in front of the whole world and you're going to be offering your services, your product, or who you are in some way. Maybe you're singing or doing art or exposing some part of your heart, or right? Okay, you can feel that that's outside of your box, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, your energy is is going, oh my God, I'm scared of this. Well, are you really scared of it? Or are your feelings presenting you with the walls of your box going, this is the fear that we use to keep you here? Right?
Yeah. I was just, I don't want to interrupt you. Please continue. This
Right?
is so juicy. I hope you all are just letting this absorb and sink in.
Yes, yes. So it's interesting, but when you really take a step back and you begin looking at this from a vibrational sense, you're like, oh, wow, am I really scared of being on Ellen? Or as I choose to be on Ellen, does my box begin to disintegrate? And that's actually what I'm feeling.
Yeah. That
Okay,
feels
but
really good.
what will happen is your mind is going to stand at the door of your box, and as you're going to, you're taking a step out to go through that seeming wall and dissolve it, your mind's going to go, oh no, you're not good enough for that. Oh no, they'll never listen to you. Oh, you won't know what to say. Oh my gosh, you're going to fall flat on your face. No, you're too scared. You're not ready. Like, it's going to literally pitch anything to keep you in the box. Now, here's like the number one tool to literally transform not only your abundance, but the entirety of your life. You can do this box thing with anything, with relationships, with money, this is a great assignment, right? So the trick is, the number one tool is go around everything that is trying to stop you from dissolving your box. Go around every thought and every feeling and every emotion, and guess what? Do it anyway. Do it anyway. What happens is when you do that, you've actually taken the power and your life force out of the box by moving through that wall, by just stepping through the wall and going, actually, it's not a wall. I'm just going to step through it, right? By energetically actually doing that, you're dissolving the box and you're creating a more expansive energetic space to live in. You're expanding your box with your choice. But if you listen to your box, you stay in your box. If you go around your box and choose around your box all those thoughts and all those feelings and all those emotions and do it anyway, you have actually taken the power out of your box and your mind and the feelings and emotions, and you have empowered yourself. Now you have the power. And the box no longer has the power over you. Do you see?
I do.
Cool?
Yeah, it's beautiful and it's effective. I did feel the dissolving.
Yes.
I did. I felt the dissolving. I hope you all did too. My question, and I can't believe actually we're here at the end of our call already, Rikka. That was beautiful, and I read just like I did every day for 14 months, guys. I please continue to listen to this, because I'm willing to bet that you're going to pick up something differently each time that you hear it, and it's going to have a profound effect on you. Rikka, we didn't even get to talk about personal abundance, but the frequency, and that's okay, because I know that you came here today with a real special gift for everyone, and it's a free download. It's actually, I invite you all to go to aren't you sweet, giftfrompam.com is the actual link. So it's www.giftfrompam.com. And it's, could you tell us a little bit about what that test is, or what that brings us to?
Absolutely, yeah. So what that does is you take just a quick 30-second quiz, and it brings you into a whole abundance frequency training series, raising your abundance frequency. So, real quick, like everything inside that box dictates your abundance frequency, right? Everything that you think and feel and believe about money. Now, outside of the box, if you just write new life, so your new life, your dream life is outside of that box. And outside of that box is raised, your abundance frequency raised to a whole new level. Living in the joy and the magic and the possibility and the gratitude, right? No longer entertaining these small ideas and these small feelings in the small box, but actually allowing yourself to flow with the love and the light and the possibility of the universe, right? So what's really cool about this gift is it's $197 value, and Pam and I are giving this to you. It takes about 30 seconds to answer a few questions. And what that does is it will give you, at the end of the quiz, your personal abundance frequency score. And then based on your personal abundance frequency score, you get to be led through a training series, bringing you from where you are to your next level of abundance. So it's really, really cool. It's about, a total of 3 hours of training. So it's really awesome. I really hope you guys take advantage of this.
Me too, Rikka. Thank you. That's so generous of you. I mean, I know how busy you are. You've got such great plans, and you're implementing them all for the betterment, really, of everyone here, collectively, for the planet. And, the show is about calling the real you. And we have spoken before on past episodes that we are energy, we are vibration, we have different vibration levels, frequency levels that dictate, or that we dictate, and determines where we're at, what we're feeling, etc. And the real you is abundant, the real you is joy. And if you allow yourself to use this tool and this chance to train with Rikka, guys, you will be in such a better space than where you are today. And it's been a pleasure sharing time and energy with you, Rikka. Would you come back and talk more about this, and even self-love? Because that's a topic that I think that people really, when people hear self-love, what is that really? I mean, what is it? And it would be wonderful to have you back. And I'm putting you on the spot, I realize, but
I would love to.
Okay,
that
great.
Would be wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being you, for showing up. My goodness. Because without you, I would not have learned what I needed to learn years past to bring me to the point where I am today. And so you are beautiful, and keep doing what you're doing. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much, Pamela. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today and for raising your abundance frequency and, being the real you. Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, my love.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And if you want to reach out, Rikka, what's your website, please? I'd love for people to go there too.
It's rikkazimmerman.com, RIKKAZIMMERMAN.com.
Beautiful.
And, you'll become a part of our community as you become a part of this $197 training on raising your abundance frequency. So just go to giftfrompam.com, and I'll see you there, you guys.
Yeah. Yay! Beautiful. Thank you. And just a quick mention, just to thank a few folks here. Eric Horton, my husband, we all know he's also my best friend and business partner. Without him, these things that I do in my life would not be as easy as they are. And thank you to Sacred Stories for hosting Calling the Real You, as well as our sponsors, Lux Salon and Spa, Yola Portraits, Karen D. Felice Designs, and the transformational music of Jim Oliver. Thank you so much, everyone. Remember, please call the real you out each and every day. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.